Hi, my name is Kate Berry from the University of Texas at Austin, and welcome to this Math Spiral video where we will talk about schema sorting. And in math, when we solve word problems and when students set up and solve word problems, we know that when students use schemas or problem types, they're more successful. So in this video, we're going to show you a fun activity to incorporate into your word problem instruction to help students differentiate between those schemas or problem types. For this activity, you will need the following materials: a timer, your schema sorting mat, and your schema sorting cards. Your Spiral coach has already provided you with your schema sorting cards, and they have cut them into fourths. So you will see on the front of the card is the word problem, and on the back of the card you will see the letter that corresponds to the schema. So here we see T, and that tells us that these problems are all total problems. You also will receive your schema sorting mat, where we have the T, again for our total problems, D for our difference problems, C for our change problems, EG for our equal groups problems, and S for our set or comparison problems. And when you integrate this activity into your classroom, you can choose to have a 1-minute activity or a 2-minute activity. I really like to have a 2-minute activity where students are sorting for 1 minute, and then I use that second minute to really provide feedback and to determine whether or not students are understanding the concepts. So it's great if students can sort the cards, but we really want to make sure they're not guessing. So if you say things like, how did you know it was a total problem? What's missing, our part or our total? Or if it's an equal groups problem, how did you know it was an equal groups problem? What's missing? Our groups, our number in each group, or our product? How do you know? So really just encouraging students to talk about their schema choices so that you can make sure as their teacher that they are developing a conceptual understanding of the schemas. So here again are what the schemas look like. You will receive these sorting cards from your teacher. And if you're thinking, Kate, like this is great, but how do I integrate this activity into my classroom? Well, what's great about this quick schema sorting activity is you can use it in many different ways. So the first way you could use this is as a small group activity. Maybe students are working in pairs. One person is using the timer and the other person is answering, and they then switch roles. Or maybe you're going to use it as a center activity or as an independent practice activity. It's also great to use as an exit slip when students are about to go to PE. Maybe they have to answer one of the schema sorting cards correctly before they're allowed to leave. Or I know a lot of times when I was teaching, I would be waiting in line for the cafeteria, or maybe you're outside during a fire drill. It's a great opportunity for students to just practice. And schema sorting is really important because when students set up and solve word problems, we solve word problems using these schemas. And oftentimes students confuse total problems and difference problems. So the more you can integrate this schema sorting practice activity, the more fluent students will become with the schemas. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Math Spiral video on the schema sorting activity. We hope to see you in future videos to come.